Gabriel, it's been a very whirlwind trip with New Zealand so far. How have you found it in the last 36, 48 hours?
Terrible hospitality, very unprofessional crew. No, it's been great. It's been great. I've been very blessed to actually work with some really, really professional people here at Lightbox and the PR firm that's been taking us around, and just seeing the appreciation that people have for the show has been really quite wonderful. I'm just blessed to be a part of this show and appreciative of the positivity that has come along with it specifically from New Zealand. It's been great.
Kind of the last few years, what's been the craziest thing that's happened to you being a part of this Wild Suits ride?
There are people all over the world that really just connect with the character and the show, and there's been just unbelievable positive reactions to it. They're entertained, they're moved, they have a laugh, they are inspired. There are people that come up to me and say, you've inspired me to go to law school and be a solicitor. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Did he pass or did he get in correctly? Or what?
Well, I don't know. But no, they've become lawyers. I mean, there are people that have gone through law school, become lawyers already. There are people that have stopped me on the street out of breath because they can't believe they're seeing me, and I'm like, I'm just a real guy. I'm just an actor. I'm just.
Had any role you'd had before prepared you for that kind of thing?
You know what? The only thing that prepared me for this is I did a film called The Good Shepherd with Matt Damon, and he told me, I said, what's it like being famous? And he said, it's basically like somebody picks you up one day in a certain reality that you've known all your life, and then they drop you into the same reality, but everything is different. And so I've taken some value to that. There is something to that. With this exposure has come, the benefits of opportunity, and with that said, I'm still a very grounded person, and I try to what's the word?
Distance?
Well, keep some distance from praise and criticism, just to keep me grounded and balanced. So I find that if I can do that, then everything will be all right. But in moments like this, look, I've got again, it's. The appreciation here is just great. It's overwhelming, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
With great power comes great responsibility. So
let's not muck it up, right?
Yeah. Speaking of power, Harvey Specter, what a phenomenal, unique, kind of groundbreaking character. There are the words on the page that you're given in the script every week and that you read, but what do you kind of see in him, and what do you bring to him that you think is making him such an amazing character?
Whenever I look at a project, I've been doing film for 15 years, and when you do a film, you have a 2.5-hour story to tell, and Aristotle's philosophy of drama is there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and something has to change. So the character starts out one way, it learns something, and then they change something by the end. And so I was trying to do that all in season 1, and I got a call from the showrunner. I said, Gabriel, what are you doing? You're giving this guy emotion. You're making him sensitive. What are you doing? I was like, well, I got to do something different than just being this.
Let's evolve it. Let's take it
arrogant,
somewhere.
Harsh, guy with bravado who's just like manipulating everything. You got to have some redeeming value. And he said, no, wait, hold up. So I started to look at this character and the arc of the show in a long-term process. And so my journey has been to slowly infuse him with human characteristics, which is give him some heart, give him some compassion, give him some a conscience. And I think we've been able to do that slowly but surely, and so much so that in the last season, I don't know if you guys are up to date with it, but that we've seen panic attacks and some anxiety and some of Harvey really dealing with the inner turmoil that he like all of us, I find, are insecure in some way, and Harvey is really overcompensating for his insecurity, and very often, here's a little hint into my process, is I'm trying to be uber confident and show that some of these guys are just, that's their facade, and underneath, we're really struggling underneath. So that's what I've been trying to infuse in this character, is to show the real human side. Now, I understand this is an aspirational show and it's heightened drama, and there is this aspect of them being superheroes. But in this last season, I think we've grounded it in more of this idea where people do make mistakes and they try and redeem themselves somehow.
The therapist line, completely. That was the first time we'd kind of seen him in that role and seen him vulnerable. Speaking of Harvey, do you have a favorite Harvey moment or a favorite Harvey line throughout the years?
I don't have favorites, but there is a great line where he said, sometimes the good guys got to do bad things to make the bad people pay, something like that. So that was something that rings true for me. That
resonated. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming down and having a quick chat. Can I get a huge round of applause for Gabriel Macht?